Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Bill Stiles. Where were you on September 11, 2001? Now, if I were to ask that question to some of the young, bright people I work with at the Johnson Group, some of them might say, grade school. But those of us of a certain age remember that day and the days that followed, and we remember them vividly. Virtually all the regularly scheduled television and radio programming came to a halt on 9/11, and the days that followed too. And the advertising halted. What advertising we did see, billboards and such, seemed like background for a grim documentary we were all watching together. Large segments of the economy ground to a halt. Airlines shut down. Tourism stopped. Insurance companies braced for unprecedented losses. The stock market suffered its quickest decline in history, down over 14% in less than a week. The economic future of the nation, already in recession, seemed dire as people waited for the next terrorist attack. But just a few weeks after September 11, some companies began to tiptoe back into the media with advertising. One of the first was GM, with an offer of no-interest financing through October 31st. Then on September 19th, Southwest became the first airline to launch a new ad, 32,000 employees pledging their allegiance to America. Then, in early October, Apple launched the first-generation iPod. Also in October, thanks largely to GM, U.S. auto sales set an all-time record. By November, the economy was in full recovery and the recession officially ended. Now, did advertising turn around the economy in 2001? Not really, but it did help. There are huge differences, however, between the 9/11 terrorist attacks and our current coronavirus pandemic. The primary difference is that it's just lasting so long. But I can tell you at that time, in 2001, most advertisers did not know what to do. Their marketing strategies were disrupted. Their advertising messages seemed risky, perhaps even inappropriate. They worried about the future of their business. Should they even be spending money on advertising at a time like this? So in that respect, 2020 is a lot like 2001. Many businesses now are hunkering down. They're reevaluating their business development strategies, their sales channels, their marketing assumptions. According to a survey by the World Federation of Advertisers, 80% of large advertisers have cut their advertising budgets. 89% have delayed their planned advertising campaigns out of fear that they'll seem inappropriate at this time. The title of this presentation is The Importance of Advertising During the Pandemic. So with a title like that, I guess it's to be expected that, yeah, I believe in the effectiveness of advertising, even in difficult times like this pandemic year. You know, back in 2001, when executives at GM were criticized for what some believed was a crass and opportunistic and tone-deaf campaign, GM's North American president said that he believed GM had a responsibility to stimulate the economy by doing what GM does, encouraging Americans to buy cars and trucks, and thus supporting their dealers, their suppliers, and all of their employees. I might add that GM was also supporting the many families and small businesses and schools and churches and civic organizations in every community with a GM plant or supplier or dealer that depended on GM's success. So Bill, are you saying that my business should advertise because it's good for the community? No, but what I am saying is that a business should advertise because it is good for their business, and that in turn serves a greater good. The purpose of advertising is to help business be successful. And as a business, say your business evaluates how to work its way through this pandemic and all of its challenges, the business leader should consider where and when and how advertising fits into his or her plan for success. And if advertising is important to achieving your business goals, then don't be afraid to reach your market and your customers through advertising. Now let's pause for a minute and define what we mean by advertising. I'm going to define it pretty broadly. Advertising includes all forms of communication intended to inform or motivate customers and potential customers, or really anyone who is important to the success of your business. So when I talk about advertising, I'm not necessarily talking about television ads or colorful ads in newspapers and magazines. In today's business environment, emails, social media posts, search ads, and digital pop-ups on a smartphone. All of these and much more are part of the advertising toolbox. In this pandemic, it seems critically important to use the advertising tools at your disposal to deliver information your customers and potential customers genuinely need in order to learn about your business, engage with your business, and buy from your business. Let me give you a short personal example. I have a membership with a local fitness facility, and of course they had to shut down back in March. They have been very effective using email and Facebook to keep me informed about closings, payments, changes in operating hours, cleaning procedures, plus fitness practices that I can follow at home. This is good advertising, and it's not expensive. And keeping their customers connected is critically important to the success of that local business. I'd like to talk about 3 guidelines for advertising effectively through this pandemic. Number 1, understand your customers and adjust to their needs. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's basic marketing 101 stuff, and you're right, it is. It's basic because it is important, and it's basic because it works. But for today, I'm putting the emphasis on the word adjust. This pandemic is making all of our customers adjust, and our promotions will work better if we adjust the advertising too. Let me provide a few examples of what I mean. What is every pizza brand selling these days? It's not pizza, but contact-free delivery. And what does a bank want you to know? That you can get a loan to redo your kitchen without ever leaving your kitchen. Your customers are living a very different lifestyle than they were just a few months ago, and it is starting to feel normal to them. They've adapted. You have to adapt in the way you reach them, communicate with them, and motivate them to buy. I've been joking with my wife lately that the entire U.S. economy seems to be riding on mattress companies and MyPillow.com. But comfort at home is a big deal right now, and people, they're not spending as much money on vacations and things like spa treatments. So a more comfy bed seems an appropriate alternative splurge. If your business is B2C, business to consumer, then your customers' top-of-mind priorities right now are safety and comfort. If you can adjust your advertising to appeal to those priorities, that seems like a smart move. Let me give you a local example from Erlanger. In the early days of the coronavirus pandemic, hospitals were set up to care for coronavirus patients. But that meant that a lot of people were afraid to go to the hospital for any other purpose. So Erlanger prepared this ad that ran on social media.
In 130 years of Erlanger's history, there's been nothing like these past few weeks.
We are proud of our coworkers and grateful to our community.
We want you to know that our hospitals,
our emergency rooms,
our doctors' offices
are all open and safe.
We are ready
to take care of you and your family.
That's what it means to be essential.
That's what it means to be Erlanger. Learn how we're keeping you safe at erlanger.org/safe.
And if your business is more B2B, business to business, then you know that your customers are going through incredible adjustments right now, showing that you understand those evolving needs, such as supporting employees who now work from home, and adjusting work schedules on the fly as employees test positive and then go into quarantine, finding and hiring talent without travel, and then you offering solutions to help them address, that will help you connect and succeed with the businesses that you market to. If your advertising outreach reflects and addresses those things, it will be more likely to connect and succeed. I was thinking the other day while working from home about printers and copy machines. People working from home don't have easy access to those things anymore. And accessing one can be really inefficient. So if you're in that business and you can tell your customers how you can solve that problem, that'd make a great ad. Let me give you guideline number 2. That's to plan and to prepare to achieve results. Now, advertising is not a shot in the dark. It's not a blind casting about for customers. With many of today's advertising tools, you can highly target your potential customers based on gender and age, life stage, interest and hobbies, entertainment preferences, the neighborhood they live in, right down to the square mile or less, types of business that they're in, job functions, past purchases, credit histories, religious beliefs, school loyalties, and more. Through digital advertising and social media, you can reach the audience you want with a highly focused message and then track every click and every interaction with your business's email, social post, website, or landing page. In other words, you can know who you are advertising to, and you can track everyone who responds to your ad. In these tough economic times, if you're going to invest in advertising, put the effort into knowing in advance who you're going to reach and with what message. And then place importance on how you're going to make it easy for them, that potential customer, to take an action, to buy, or to learn more. And track it. Consider how you're going to track and measure what the customer does next. Now, how do I do that, you might ask? That's a great question. You know, there are ad agencies, we got great ones in town, they're digital marketing consultants who can help you, and finding someone who truly understands digital marketing can be a great advantage to your business. But all of the major digital platforms like Facebook and Google and YouTube offer free online tutorials. They can teach you the basics for free. Just go online and search for them and spend some time learning about this side of advertising. Now, that's the planning part of this guideline that I said this guideline number 2. What do I mean by preparing to achieve results? The guideline was to plan and prepare to achieve results. Well, what I mean is simply this. Answer the phone. Follow up on the emails and inquiries quickly. If someone registers their contact information on your website, get back to them quickly and within minutes if possible, because you want to get to them while you know that you are fresh on their minds. Make it easy for customers to find you and to buy from you and minimize their frustration. There was a local business that I was interested in buying something from. I'd seen their ads, and so I looked them up on Google, and their Google listing said that they were open. So I thought, well, I'm going to go over there. So I grabbed my mask and I drove over, but when I got there, they were not open. They had a sign on the door that said, due to the pandemic, and probably because their business had slowed down, they had reduced their hours. But their online information did not reflect that change. I was not a happy potential customer at that point, and I've not been back. Their advertising succeeded because it got me to their front door, but it ultimately failed because they did not prepare for me or others like me to respond. That's a mistake that any business can avoid with the right planning. So plan and prepare to achieve results. Third guideline, be distinctive. Your business is like no other business. Be distinctive. I'm going to assume that most of the business owners who see this video, and hopefully you've gotten this far, are smaller businesses. Small businesses do not have the advertising production budgets for professional actors and special effects and expert light and sound engineers, custom music. So with small business advertising, there's a tendency to fall into the easy and the predictable. In my observation about most local small business advertising is that it consists of too many talking heads and customer testimonials. This is a talking head telling you there are too many talking heads. I understand the irony of that. Your customers might have wonderful things to say about your business, but almost every testimonial sounds like every other. Every photo of a business owner in a print ad or a banner ad or up on a billboard starts to look like every other. Here's a test. The next time you drive around town, just look at the number of billboards that have a head on them. The sameness can be boring, and your potential customers will tune out. Now, to get attention, I'm not talking about being silly or trying so hard to get noticed that you embarrass your business. Just be different. Now, I've not asked permission from any of these examples, but let me offer you a couple of local examples that I really like. I like the way Tennessee Valley Federal Credit Union uses local musicians in their ads. It's fun and it's distinctive. There's a local photographer. Her name's Pleasant Vano. She posts one or two of the best images from one of her projects on Facebook and Instagram. She does it frequently. It is so simple. Customers see her work and they want to be a part of the beauty that she creates. Erlanger Express Care. There are lots of urgent care centers around the city. I love the way Erlanger Express Care has refined their message to walk in, walk out, feel better. There's no need for a talking head. In 6 words, you know what the business is all about and what the primary benefit is. Being distinctive is not really a guideline that's exclusive to the pandemic. It's an important rule for any time, but during the pandemic, when margins might be smaller and the need not to waste your money is most acute, then make sure your advertising efforts get noticed and that people connect with them as you need for them to. Let me quickly summarize. Is it important to advertise during the pandemic? Well, if your business is dependent upon attracting customers, then yes, it is important. And it is also important in a time of greater financial challenges to do things the right way and not waste your time and money. So, 1, think about who your customers are and what they're going through, and adjust to their changing needs. 2, plan and execute your advertising in a way that targets your customers as effectively as you can, and make it easy for them to buy from you. That means it's not enough for your potential customers to respond. You have to respond. And 3, advertise distinctively. Tell customers what they need to hear clearly, simply, and creatively. That's it. Thanks for watching. I wish you success with your business. Let's all pray for this pandemic to end, and next year, let's attend this expo in person.
Coffee News, the world's largest weekly publication, offers exclusive, affordable, local advertising. Proven to be a successful and unique publication, read 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. With only 32 ad spaces available in each edition, check with your local publisher for availability and local details, and be quick to reserve your business category. Coffee News, a low-cost and effective means of advertising.
Reagan Outdoor Advertising is Chattanooga's only full-service outdoor advertising company. With more than 1,700 billboard faces across the area, we can deliver more advertising exposure for your business than any other advertising method available. Not only can we reach more people, but we can do it for less. Unlike other media, billboard advertising can reach just about anyone in the market. However, if you need to target a specific area or demographic, we can customize a program to do that for you also. Give us a call today. We'd be honored to help you grow your business, just like we have hundreds of other businesses in the Chattanooga area.
My name is Layla Parks, and I'm a senior digital media rep with Vivial Media. Vivial Media is a full-service digital agency and premier Google partner. We help businesses of all sizes by marketing online, ranking high on Google, building a strong online reputation, and turning content and retargeted ads into new customers. Now more than ever, businesses have had to rely on their online and social presence to earn new customers. Where does your business rank?
If your business or nonprofit is thinking about video solutions, you need to know that the award-winning creative team at WTCI is available to you. We produce event videos, commercials, online video, drone video, and more with professional services and competitive rates. Call Sean Townley or visit WTCITV.org/creative for more information.
Thanks for making KZ106 the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame Legendary Station of the Year. Classic rock, classic jocks. Chattanooga's KZ106.
The local talk destination for more than a generation. Brian Joyce, Jim Reynolds, Kevin West, Brad Issa. Let's Talk Money, Dave Ramsey, Quake and Cowboy with Sport Talk. Chattanooga's Heritage Talker is Talk Radio 102.3 FM.
Talk Radio 102.3.